Jeff, the plans are to demolish the Letchworth complex here at the Psych Center. It'll include at least 10 buildings, and city leaders say Ogdensburg has been waiting decades for this news. Hey Jeff, the gates to the fair opened at 4 this afternoon. While the rides aren't open until tomorrow, there are plenty of vendors here that are cooking up some good food. And SUNY Potsdam isn't alone. UUP say there are 18 other SUNY campuses that are in need of big financial help. Brynda, 7 News. While a majority of the action is happening on ice, it's what's happening off ice that's making games what they are for 2023. While the game is similar to cornhole in nature, the fish-like lure provides different points in different ways. The docking of the Neo Trinidad today marks a special occasion for the city of Ogdensburg and the nation of Spain. One being that this is the first time in 10 years that Ogdensburg has had a tall ship in its docks. For the nation of Spain, well, yesterday marked the 500th anniversary that the original Trinidad became the first ship to finish circumnavigating the globe.
Ready? Attention, please. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Paddlers prepare for Sunday's Dragon Boat Festival in Hanover Falls at Postwood Beach. If you've seen canoe racing, Dragon Boat racing takes it to another level, as every paddler needs to be in sync with one another.
When you're in the boat working together, trying not to mess up your partner, it's a lot of fun, and it just feels really good to be part of this event.
The Racket River Dragon Boat Festival started 2 years ago by Clarkson University. Last year, 10 teams competed. With more than 15 teams racing this year in the Hanover Falls Dragon Boat Fest, they're also fundraising for an important cause.
The money that we raise as part of the Dragon Boat races goes to help put our health sciences students out into the community, working with the community to assist in a wide variety of different kinds of health initiatives.
Teams consist of 20 paddlers and 1 drummer as they work together to become the fastest on the water. Chris Baling, co-owner of Dynamic Dragon Boat Racing, says the sport has gained notoriety.
It's one of the fastest growing water sports on today. We are very close to getting into the Olympics, from what I understand. There's so many countries that the sport has to be involved in for them to participate and grow up into it.
The festival will kick off on Sunday at 8:30 and is expected to go well into the day. Brynda, 7 News.
A St. Lawrence University professor celebrates a major accomplishment, a multi-month kayak trip where she faced below zero temperatures and the threat of being crushed by icebergs. Here's 7 News reporter Brynda.
Professor Eileen Visser left the North Country in June, setting off for a 103-day voyage across the Northwest Passage by kayak. Now home, Visser says the experience will stick with her forever.
I thought many, many days. This is like rewinding the Adirondacks 9,000 to 9,500 years, 9,000 to 9,500 years. I mean, just you look at the plant life, especially on the north side.
Visser and her paddling team, the Arctic Cowboys, became the first to traverse the Northwest Passage in a season by human power. During this time, Visser's daughter, Heidi, was keeping track of her journey as she paddled across the Canadian Arctic.
Even knowing, even hearing all the stories, it's still, my brain still struggles to make sense of the fact that she did that she paddled 3,000 kilometers for 3.5 months straight. It's incredible, right? You're like, how?
Visser's paddling partner, Mark Agnew, says there were times during the expedition that danger was a real factor for everyone, especially when they were almost crushed by 2 icebergs.
2 bits of ice began to close and hit each other with Eileen and I in between. And unbelievably, it didn't crush us to death. Instead, because of the round bottom of our kayak, it sort of pinched us up. Like if you try and squeeze a bar of soap and it slips up out of your hand rather than being crushed together.
Visser says now that she's home, she'll give a presentation to St. Lawrence students in the coming weeks and appreciates the support that she got during her trip.
And for me, the perspective of what's important and being part of the universe and not in control of it, and that was a gift.
Brynda, 7 News.
Be frustrating at times when you go to prepare a meal, open up the refrigerator, and you discover the meat you had stored has gone bad. Now, to combat this, 7 News reporter Sean Brynda learned researchers and students at Clarkson University are on the cusp of changing food packaging for the better.
When you open your fridge every day, scientists are concerned about the majority of the food you store, all wrapped in plastic that cannot be recycled. Usually it goes in the trash. But Professor of Chemical and Biomolecular Science, Silvana Andreescu, says her team of student researchers at Clarkson University have been developing a product that not only is sustainable, but can detect the freshness of food being stored.
This happens because there are chemical markers that are released as meat and fish degrades. And these markers, so we are incorporating indicators, we are printing indicators within the packaging that will tell you when it's okay or not okay to consume a particular food.
That means expiration dates will get additional help from smart food packaging to notify shoppers when food is at its best. The packaging changes colors based on the freshness of the food. Smart food packaging could change the way we package our foods. Not only is this a renewable source of material, it can also biodegrade and is as strong as regular plastic. The packaging is made by a 3D printer, and more work needs to be done. A recent $42,000 state grant will help graduate students continue their research.
If we can generate a biodegradable material, that can eventually replace plastic materials, this will help us to reduce or even prevent the pollutions that plastic material is generating right now.
Soon, smart packaging could be in your refrigerator, and it may be because of the research being done at Clarkson University. Sean Brynda, 7 News.